to my channel, Expecto Ridiculum. That's right. This is my first video, so if you have any suggestions, please put it down in the comment. If you like it, give me the like. Thanks to that, I'll be able to reach more people and quicker grow the channel. However, if you want to see more of the videos, simply press the button for subscribe. So today I would like to tell you about my favorite top 5 comedy romances. As for my number 1, let me tell you about an amazing Miss Not So Sidekick. It's a manhwa that has been completed and has 178 chapters. The genre is comedy, fantasy, romance, isekai, which means that the main character has been transferred to another world, and strong female protagonist. So imagine that. There is this Korean girl that loves to read stories, and suddenly she wakes up in a totally different world, a magical world. She has blonde hair, and obviously Korean girls have dark hair, so that's a big thing, and total mess on her head, total chaos. She looks in the mirror, she's like, oh my god, who am I? What is going on? And then she sees the maids around, and she's the daughter of the Duke. So then suddenly she realizes this is a completely different one, it's not her home, but this world seems to be similar to the world that she was reading about just before she fell asleep. So it looks like she ended up in this world, and she knows exactly what's going to happen. Unfortunately, she's not the main heroine of the story, something that you would obviously hope for if you see isekai to another world. No, she is the villainess, but not the main villainess. She's the actual side character villainess. So a character that no one really cares about. She's not the prettiest, she's not the wealthiest, she's not the smartest, and she makes mistakes. So the main heroine of the story is a black-haired, absolute pale-skinned beauty, and she's managing a fishbowl of handsome men. The first one is the young Duke, the second one is the master of the magic tower, and the third one is the crown prince himself. But as Latte gets involved with this whole world, she actually changes the way she thinks, and it looks like she's interacting with the males much more than the actual heroine, and it looks like they're starting to gain she's starting to gain their interest. She's extremely funny and really intelligent. Because she has a knowledge of the human world, she comes up with ideas that obviously exist in our modern Korea. For example, she creates a popcorn stand. I mean, it's a fantastic idea. And what she does actually is that she knows when certain things will happen, so she just hides herself in the bushes and watches eating the popcorn. Honestly, guys, this is so funny, you have to watch it. She also gets into trouble. The only thing that I wish she obviously had, I wish she had the magic, because she's in the magical world, so she have the magical powers. That's not the case though, but as you read the story you will find out why. So as you can imagine, thanks to her original ideas and often getting herself into trouble, she encounters handsome male characters probably even more often than the female lead of the story. However, not every character is what it seems, and sometimes even seemingly pure and innocent characters slip their dark secrets. So now it's time for the number 2, it's the pure love villain, also known as the pure villain. The genre is the action, comedy, romance, supernatural, and manhwa. In this story, we are thrown into the modern Korea world with many citizens having supernatural powers. Han Do-ryong, the strongest and most handsome police officer, society's golden boy, faces threat he has never encountered in his perfect life, the nemesis. Or really, in this case, I think it's the arch nemesis, because he literally trembles every time he sees. So what he doesn't realize though is the fact that himself and the enemy are both victims to multiple coincidences occurring around them every time they meet. I mean every time, and that's when it becomes hilarious. The pure villainesses, the arch nemesis, is a simple girl named Park Rosa, who just wants to talk to her idol Han Do-ryong. If only they could exchange a normal conversation, but how could that be possible if her love letter is ripped, put together incorrectly, mistaken for a life threat, and sent shivers down the spine to everyone who reads it? The whole story is full of hilarious moments and incredible situations, which will make you laugh for hours. So I definitely recommend you reading it. It's still ongoing. Currently there's about 60 chapters out there, but it's worth waiting. If you want to wait for it to finish and then read it, totally add it to your list. It's definitely worth it. So the next one on my list is a manga. It's a completed manga that has 78 chapters. It's called Aoharuki Kanju, also known as Blue Spring and Machine Gun, and you can actually find it as an anime. It has anime, I believe it has 2 seasons. I think they have stopped for some reason for now. I hope they will continue because honestly it's a great story and you will definitely enjoy reading it. Its genre are action, comedy and shonen manga. Have you ever played paintball or airsoft, or do you like shooting games? If you do, I think you will enjoy this story, especially that it has a good sense of humor, and most importantly, it has a bit of romance that we all love, don't we? If you didn't, you wouldn't be here, I think. The main protagonist is Tachibana Hotaru, who is an ordinary high school girl with a bit of a boyish appearance. She's got short hair, she's not very feminine like her friends, and overall, sometimes she's been mistaken for a boy. I would say a pretty boy, because if you look at the drawings, she just looks very nice. Due to a strange fate, she's forced to join a team of a survival airsoft game with very handsome host Matsuoka Masamune and the black-haired ero mangaka Yukimura Tohru. Together, the 3 of them decide to join forces and defeat Matsuoka's toughest and most ruthless enemy, the champion team of Japan. The fact that nobody realizes Tachibana's gender is hilarious itself, but finding herself in men's world is not easy, especially when she has to avoid going to men's toilet when she's spending time with her friends. Due to certain incident in the past, she can't reveal her gender to the 2 best friends. I won't tell you why, you'll have to find out yourself, but it's a big reason behind it, so it really makes sense. Masamune, on the other hand, finds himself questioning his own sexual preference as he feels strongly drawn to the natural charm of Tachibana, who wouldn't fall for a boyish-looking but pretty, brave, and extremely talented girl with a strong sense of justice and the purest and prettiest smile. Okay, a little spoiler about it. Let's not forget about the fact that Tachibana faces her opponents, and when she does, she sends them shiver down the spine. Honestly, those are just most hilarious and the best scenes in the actual manga, so if you enjoy reading about stories like this, where there is a comedy, honestly, trust me, it's really hilarious. The anime itself also is of a comedy genre, and yeah, totally worth reading. So another position on my list is the Shadowless Night. It's a manhwa of the action genre, bit of comedy, fantasy, romance, and it's been released in 2019 and going since. Rosalina of the White Knight Chivalric Order, sworn to protect the life of the handsome silver-haired second prince, goes missing during the hunting competition. Gravely wounded, with her last breaths, she begs an ominous, dark deity lurking in the darkness for help. "Help me, I don't care if you're evil," she whispers faintly. "You've lost too much blood, and you will not survive any further," answered Shadow. "Eat my soul, but in return, you must promise to protect the second prince." What the Shadow answered remains unknown. But the next day, Rosalind's body was found heavily injured in the forest. Daughter of the Baron and Vice Captain of Chivalry Order have raised deepest concerns in the mansion due to her terrible mental state. And that's when this becomes a comedy, even though the reason behind it is that Rosalind is actually suffering from amnesia. But not everything is as it seems. You see, I'm not picking on people who have amnesia, this is not funny, haha. Simply, there's something else behind her amnesia, and I won't be telling you what it is. She struggles to talk. She struggles to walk. She walks barefoot and eats with her hands, eats from the floor. She has, however, mercilessly beheaded assassin just an hour after she recovered. sent to her mansion in order to kill her. So where does her power comes from, or rather what has she become, or who became her? Despite her difficult mental state, she is summoned back to the army to protect the handsome second prince. Series of misunderstandings between her and the prince, as well as the knights of the order and maids, truly makes the day, as is very memorable. You will definitely enjoy this webtoon if you like strong female warriors, shady politics, handsome princess, feast to your eyes, and obviously a hint of dark magic. Okay, so last one on my list is a manhwa released in 2019 called He Can't Be This Dumb. Now, this manhwa is still ongoing, so you might want to wait for it to finish if you don't like waiting for chapters every week, which I totally understand. The genres are shoujo, comedy, romance, school life, slice of life, and supernatural. Just a tiny little hint of supernatural. It's a very light romance, it's a very nice comedy. Renowned for its exclusivity, only the children of Korea's elite can attend International Island High. But when Kang Do-ha, an ordinary girl from an average family, is given a lucky chance to enroll, she thrusts into an unfamiliar world of money and power. Despite desperately trying to fly under the radar, she somehow ends up in the same door as Rowoon, the most popular and the most handsome guy in the school. Well, really, the way it's described is like the most handsome #1 man in the Korea, the most rich, and just everyone just flocking to him. The elite. He seems to have it all, but when it comes to girls, he's completely clueless. Can Do-ha teach him how to win a girl's heart and stay out of spotlight? Wait, how is Do-ha able to communicate with her sister telepathically? And how come one day Rowoon hears Do-ha cursing him just in his ear? If you love supernatural stories with comedy moments and romance lurking in the background, this is for you. However, just to warn you, this is the supernatural side of it. It's just a little bit. I cannot tell you much more because, like I said, I'm still reading and the story is still developing, but I would focus mostly on the comedy and romance genre in this case. Definitely school life and slice of life. This girl is facing some serious problems, and I just love reading about how it unfolds and how she deals with it. I would say she's a strong female character as well.